Everything's doing what it needs to do. Right, Facebook, are you going to kick into gear? Yes, you are. Fandabby-dozy. And Instagram. Instagram's always the one that's a bit like, oh, is it going to work? Is it going to work? Yes, it seems to be working. Oh, we're looking good. We're looking good. Hello, everyone. Hi, hi, hi. Let me just do a little comment. 2 seconds. How are we all doing? And I'll send you the link. I'm just doing a little pinned comment because I know that I'm going to get asked. So I really like to pin a comment. How are we all doing? Oh, let's move that over a little wee bit just so you can see a little bit more. Can you hear me okay? And can you see me okay? Let me know. Can you hear me okay? And can you see me okay? Today's going to be a really fun one. It's going to go for a little bit longer, but I'm just so excited to share this with you. Oh, the camera's on a bit of a wonk, isn't it? Let me put that back. I need to adjust my thing. It's about 20 years old. I've done that wrong as well, haven't I? Oh, it's all going wrong today on a Monday morning. Now it's gone blurry. Oh, for crying out loud. There we go. I am running on about 5 hours sleep, so I'm going to try and do my best. Hi, Simply Buddle Designs. How are you doing? How are you doing? Hello, hello. Hi, Ria. Hello, Steph and everyone. Hope you're having a lovely Monday so far. Ria, your comments are always lovely. Always lush comments. Love, 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 love it. Yes, boiling here in Cape Town. It's freezing here in the south of the UK. It's currently, I think, it's 14 degrees in here. I think it's 7 degrees outside. We have this trailing wind coming in from the sea, and it's it's something for sure. I think Wednesday we're going to get snow. We never get snow in the south, never, ever, ever. So I'm kind of looking forward to that, although Wednesday's my day off, so maybe I'm not looking forward to it, but even still. Can hear and see you. All good. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Me too, sleep deprived, new dog. Oh, new dog? You need to tell me. You need to tell me. Wow, 34 degrees here. It's lovely. Right, I'm just going to make sure that there's a lot of you commenting email, of course. I'm just going to make sure that everything is all good. Yeah, just want to make sure you're all getting it. Good. You're all getting the email message. Oh my God. Right. How is everyone doing? So obviously last Monday we were talking a lot about email. And we were talking, excuse me, and we were talking a lot about kind of why email is definitely worthwhile. Now, I did get a couple of comments actually on Instagram kind of saying, Steph, email just feels a little bit out of date. Oh, there's a little bug on my iPad. There you go, buddy. Email just feels a little bit out of date. The thing is that email is absolutely not out of date. I can tell you, for absolute fact, that the majority of my revenue from all of the businesses that I have now and the businesses that I've had before, honestly, has come from email. Okay, for all the reasons I spoke about last Monday. We talked about how much money, if you spend £1 on email, the average is you're going to get £36 back. We talked a lot about why it's important, the conversion rates, the actual numbers behind it. And I'm really, really, really glad that we went through that, because I feel like for a lot of you, you're okay, yeah, I can actually now kind of see why email might be the best thing for me, especially if you don't like being on camera, you don't like taking pictures, you don't like putting your face out there. It's actually when people say to me, Steph, how do I market without using socials? Email is straight away the thing that I'm yeah, that is what I would do. I would recommend doing both, but if you are absolutely anti-social, you don't want to build a community that way, you're very much I want to type words on a screen, I don't want to have a two-sided conversation. Email is for sure where it is at. Lots of people typing in email course, amazing. So on that subject, we have launched our email course. Okay, now the great thing about this is that it's normally £57, and until Thursday at 8 p.m. UK time, it's going to be 27 smackaroonies. So if you comment the word email course, I will send you the link. If you're watching on Facebook, you might just have to click the link. Let me actually just send you the link. I'll edit the pinned comment so it's just the link directly to the email course. I don't know why I did the whole comment thing. But yeah, basically it's a half price. It's the last time it's going to be this price though, because we are going to be putting the price up after Thursday. So this will then become something like £89, I think. So it's kind of like, if you want to do the whole email thing, if you want to start an email list in a weekend, that is what you need to go for. And actually, I really wanted to walk you through the actual weekend plan. Okay, so if you are like Steph, I'm kind of feeling that I want to have an email list, but I don't want to spend too much time faffing around on like worrying about the tech and worrying about this. The course literally walks you through step by step everything tech-wise, everything you're allowed to do on Etsy, how to grow your list to get your first 100 subs, like all those kinds of things, right? So if you are looking for like, right, step by step, Steph, I want you to like coach me through this, the course is where it's at. So £27. If you're watching on Instagram, comment the word email course and I will send it to you. If you are on Facebook, just click the link. I don't know why I didn't do that before, but anyway. So, weekend plan. What if I told you that by Sunday evening, it can be this week, it can be next week, whatever, you will have an email platform set up, ready to go. You will have a freebie ready to go. You will have a landing page to kind of, get people to sign up, ready to go. And you will have your very first subscriber. Would you believe me? Like, would you be like, yeah, okay? Because a lot of people go, no. Do you need to have a website to create an email list? No, you do not. Your email list will be hosted outside of Etsy, outside of whatever website software you use. But no, you do not need to have a website. And in the course, I actually show you exactly how to do that if you don't have a website. So you can just have Etsy giving you subs to your list. Like you can, I don't know why it does this red thing, it's really annoying. You can literally just do that, okay? You do not have to have your own website. Let me just get rid of that. So here's pretty well the plan, right? So oh my God, Saturday morning, I'm literally on 5 hours of sleep and I'm just like, wake up, Steph. Saturday morning, what is our job, our goal, our first job? So it will be to choose your tool, okay? So before we touch tech, we want to start choosing the tool that's going to be right for you, okay? So we don't want to be choosing something that's overcomplicated. We don't want to be just kind of like really leaning into, I need to have Active Campaign, which if you don't know, Active Campaign is like the top dog email software. To put it into perspective, I pay like £3,000 a year just to have my email list hosted with Active Campaign. So and it's definitely like, I probably don't use 85% of what it's capable of doing, because I really want everything to be simple, easy. So that is the Saturday morning plan, okay? Saturday afternoon, what I would be saying to you is we are going to create freebie, okay? And don't worry, the course is going to walk you through how to do this. I'm going to go into each one in detail in a little bit. Sunday morning, we're then going to build our landing page. This is where we send people who are potentially interested in signing up to get the freebie to actually sign up, because we need a nice secure form where we get people's name, we get their email, and any other fields you want to add. Like you could put in date of birth. You could put in favorite color. You could put in favorite like design, whatever feels good to you. You can actually like put different fields in there. It's a little bit more complicated doing that, so I would just start off with first name, email, but it is a possibility. Sunday afternoon, we're then going to figure out how to deliver, and then I'm going to put here automations. So we start to create our very first like welcome sequence, which automatically sends out when people sign up, because you don't want to have to be manually emailing. You can do it. And for complete and utter beginners, I'd say, you know, send it out manually. If you've got like 5 people coming on your list, like you don't have to worry about like automations and tagging. But I would say at some point you probably don't want to be like manually sending it out. Ria says, that's the bit I need the most, how to grow my list as it's tiny. That's it, right? And it's definitely one of those, it's going to be, let me just draw this. It's going to be one of those things that kind of goes like this. And then all of a sudden it will go up. So it's not going to be like a linear pattern. It's going to be more like this, right? And that's honestly what I find email lists are like when they grow. So don't worry too much if you're feeling like it is a little bit slow. Maybe you've got a list, maybe it's just not growing. Maybe you're like, you know what, I just need to start again. Maybe you tried doing the whole email list thing in the past and you're thinking, something tells me I didn't set it up right, and maybe I just need to wipe the slate clean and start again. So let's go through each of these steps, okay? Starting with Saturday morning, okay? So we want to choose our tech tool, okay? Because let me write step 1 so we know. So the way I like to look at this is social media is visibility. I was like, did I spell that right? Probably not. Email is trust. And as we know, trust is sales. This is why, and I do get this question a lot, right? When people say, oh, there's this competitor on socials and their photos are terrible, their keywords are not doing so hot, everything feels like I don't know why they're doing better than me. Chances are it's because they have this. They have that email list that's building that trust. And email list is almost like a silent thing. It ticks, it compounds along in the background. And 9 times out of 10, people don't know that they have a really big list, or they're sending traffic, you know, from anywhere outside of their shop. You know, socials, I feel like you can kind of tell if it's a big account, if it's got a lot of likes, a lot of comments. You can kind of go, oh yeah, I think they've probably got some amount of traffic coming in from Instagram, coming in from Facebook, whatever. Email is kind of like the silent but deadly thing that is very, very quiet. It's not a public thing. People aren't like saying, oh, hey, I've got like 25,000 people on my email list. Like, it's very, very quiet, very, very dependable, very, very steady, right? So basically, going back to step 1, Saturday morning, we want to choose our tool, okay? That's like the whole goal of step 1, okay? So in the course, I'm going to teach you how to set up one of these 2 tools, Kit and MailerLite. Both of these things have completely free plans that you can start off with, and I walk you through each one. I kind of go, this is one I like, it's got this is how much it is if you want to upgrade, da-da-da-da-da-da. And I literally walk you through, like, step by step, how to set each thing up, okay? So please do not worry about, like, figuring out the tool. The course will walk you through every single aspect of this, right? So by Saturday lunchtime, if you're going through, like, this weekend plan, you are going to have an account, your email list created, and your sender name, email, all that kind of thing sorted out, okay? So If you are watching on Instagram, if you comment the word email course, I will send you the link. If you're watching on Facebook, I have pinned the actual link to the top of the, not top of the page, but like in the pinned comment bit. So you can grab it there. Okay, so let's go through now the Saturday afternoon. Let's do this in green. This one here, okay? So this is pretty well, let's do it in red. Oh, not that. Oh, God, no. Oh, God, no. This is going to be step 2, okay? Now, this is where it begins to click, okay? Because we're going to map out this, all right? So we want to create what's called a lead magnet. This is basically the freebie that you are going to create to encourage people to sign up for your list, okay? Joe, if you comment the word email list, you'll get the link. If you comment the word Insta, it won't trigger anything. Unless I said that. Did I say that? I'm so tired. I don't know. I might have gone, comment the word Insta and you get it. Sorry. I'm just like, wake up, Steph. So the lead magnet is basically a fancy way of saying free thing that you're going to give in exchange for people signing up to your list, okay? Then we're going to send them to a landing page, okay? And I literally walk you through all this. So please do not be like, oh my God, what is she on about? I walk you through all of this within the course, okay? Then we have, what's gone on with that arrow? I really wish it would stop correcting my things. Subscriber, and then delivery. There we go. So this whole thing, it was in green, wasn't it? This whole thing is going to be the funnel that we want to create, okay? Because this is how we want your email list to grow. If one of these things, right? So let's say your lead magnet, it isn't very, very good. You're not going to get signups. Let's say your landing page isn't very good. You're not going to get signups. Let's say the quality of traffic that you're driving to that freebie landing page isn't very good. You're not going to get this, and you're certainly not going to get this, okay? So even for those of you who've already got some kind of email list type thing set up, it might be a case of it might not be working the way you'd hoped because there's something going wrong here, okay? People who are on Instagram, if you comment the word email list or, sorry, email course, oh my God, email course, all one word. So basically like this. I'm so sorry. If I've said email list, I do apologize. If you do it like that, so just copy and paste what I've put. Oh my God, it's like, wake up, wake up, wake up. What it was last night, about 1 a.m., I heard these banging noises and my head sleeps against like an outside wall. And I kept hearing these banging noises and I couldn't figure out. And what they're doing along the lane that we live on is that they turn off the street lamps at 12 and it's also like pretty well a new moon. So it was unbelievably scary, unbelievably dark. And I just laid in bed listening to this banging noise for about an hour, just like, oh my God. So that's why I'm so tired, because the adrenaline was like pumping through. And then my anxiety started and I was like, I cannot sleep. And I literally got to sleep about 2:30, woke up at 8. So yeah. Anyway, that is the kind of step 2 thing that we want to do. Okay. So step 2 is pretty well creating the freebie, because like I said, if this is the beginning of the funnel, it's the thing that's going to attract people, it's going to bring people in. If that is broken, the whole thing completely breaks. Okay. So let's now move on to Sunday morning, which is step 3. What color should we do this in? Let's do this in that nice blue color. Nope, I've just done it on the blimmin' thing, haven't I? I'm going to change my mind. I'm going to do it in this weird brown color. Okay, so step 3 is, wait, hang on a second. have I skipped over? No. Okay. So we are creating the freebie, right? So step 2, we mapped out exactly how we want it to kind of look. So we walked through the freebie, landing page, subscriber, delivery. That is the system. Step 3 is we actually want to create the freebie, right? And this is honestly where people trip up. They go, okay, right, I need to be making sure that my freebie is this or this or this. It can literally be, my favorite one to use is a discount code, but it must be at least 15% off. Now, I'm not saying you need to use that. If you're looking at your prices and your profit and going, man alive, I could not offer that, then that's fine. I personally wouldn't bother offering some kind of discount code, because these days, I don't know about you guys, but every single site that you go on, there's immediately some kind of pop-up that's like, get 10% off, get 5% off, get da-da-da-da. People are bombarded with it now so much that I think they just kind of like zoom out. They just kind of zone out, and it needs to be a decent discount code, okay? So that's my top one. My second one is a mini guide. Actually, I would say my second one would be a free thing with order. Get a free birthstone, get free engraving, get a free care kit, whatever. And then my third thing, and I give you a lot more in the course, but my third thing would be a mini guide of sorts. Perfect if you've got a product that could do with some kind of explanation, some kind of backing up. So for those who sell like crystals or like woo-woo type stuff, creating some kind of complete crystal ebook mini guide is a really good thing to do. If it's like a candle, you might kind of go, can I create some kind of guide that goes through candle scents? You could do like a aromatherapy guide if your brand is kind of that way, inclined. But you might just be looking at this and going, yeah, I think I'm just going to do the discount code thing. Now, the good thing about the discount code and the free gift with order, so the great thing about this and the great thing about this, that's a terrible color to highlight in. Let me do that. Great thing about this and the great thing about this is you get actual buyers onto your list. So as you can imagine, let me just do a little side quest here. When you have your list, let's say like this is your, hang on. Let me say this is your list, right? We'll just visualize it as an actual list, okay? The quality of your list matters a whole heck of a bunch, because if you fill your list with freebie chasers, which is the kind of word that we use to describe people who just collect info. It stays in their download folder. They never really look at it ever again. Okay? That is going to be, I would score that at like a 3 out of 10 in terms of the quality of the list. Are they going to buy? Are they going to be interested in what you're saying? Are they going to open your emails? Are they actually going to click the links? If we are looking at people who are going to buy or are interested in buying, or who have bought from you before, aka those who want the discount code, those who want the free thing with any order, those are people putting their name down who have got some kind of buying intent. I would say that is going to be an 8 out of 10. So can you kind of see the difference here in terms of it's not just about growing your list. Like you could have 10,000 freebie chasers that would convert a whole heck of a lot less. So like, let's say your freebie chasers are getting you £500 a month in orders, right? You could have a list of 2,000 buyers that get you £2,000 a month. And I actually see this happen a lot, where you automatically assume that the bigger my list is, the more sales I'm gonna get. But actually, the quality matters. Okay, so I just wanted to like explain a little bit about that. I know that you're probably like, whoa, Steph, like I've only just heard about this email thing and now you're talking about list quality and blah blah blah, but it's relevant, and I think you can kind of see why. Okay, so now let's move on to, I'm just going to check the comments. Will there be a replay? Yes, there will. Good morning from Florida. Hi, Patty. How are you doing? Ria says, I changed mine to 15% off after you mentioned that last week as it was at 10. Yeah, so you're probably going to find more people who are going to want in on that versus like the 10. It's no reflection on you guys or your prices or anything like that. It's more of a reflection of people need a lot more value given now to give you their personal info, you know? Okay, so step 4. There we go. 4, Sunday afternoon is when we're going to deliver your freebie and begin to kind of warm them up, okay? What you cannot do is you cannot sell, or you shouldn't begin selling right when that subscriber relationship begins. There are certain instances where you can do it in a very organic, free way, and it feels very easy breezy. But what I do see a lot is people will give them the free thing, whatever that is, and then they will immediately begin to sell. Email, sell, email, sell. And that is when your unsubscribe rate, which is the pretty well like the percentage of those who, you know, unsubscribe and just do not really care. This is when that rate begins to go up, okay? Because you are not nurturing them, okay? It's the same if someone was to follow you on socials and you message them, you DM them, you're like, thank you very much, like here's this. That person would be like, oh, okay, hang on a minute, block, I'm good, you know? So pretty well, you want to do this in a very specific way, which is delivering the free thing. Like this first email here should not be like a sell email. The sell email should come probably 2 emails in, maybe like here, maybe here. It shouldn't be something that you do pretty well straight off the bat, right? So what we focus in on the course is how to do this without diving into the tech headaches of like tagging and segmentation and grouping and automations, and all that stuff can send someone, it sends me into an absolute spiral, because you're like, I just want to send emails. Why do I have to figure out what this word and this word? We do talk all about that, okay? All right, does anyone have any questions? Because I am going to talk about Etsy. Let's do a Etsy orange. It's more like that, isn't it? I am going to talk about Etsy because I know I'm going to have questions on, you know, what can I do? How can I get people to sign up? Blah, blah, blah. But I just want to give you guys the opportunity. If there's any questions that you guys have about the course, if there's any questions about what I've covered, is this all making sense? I would love for you guys who are watching. And I know for some people it's half term, so I know there's probably not going to be a lot of people on the live, but a lot more people watching the replay. So if you do have a question, feel free to comment afterwards or DM me or whatever. Let me know, is this all making sense? Give me like a little like, yes, makes sense if it does, so then I know I can kind of move on. Let me know if you have any questions about the course or anything. Lots of websites say sign up to get 10% off your first purchase. That seems the norm. But if you don't have a website on your Etsy shop, how do you create a discount code that customer can only get used on their first purchase? So I'm going to go over that more in the course, but pretty well, you would create one discount code that you would send out, right? And it can be something like welcome, blah, 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 whatever. And what you can do is, to be honest, no one that I have known has ever had issues with people using it over and over and over and over again, or like sharing it. But what you can do is you can change it like every month. You can go into like the email and change the code if you're worried about people sharing it, reusing it. How do you incorporate your emails sign up into? I'm going to talk about that in a hot minute. Makes sense? Yes. Is this needed if in the HBSA? So good news, if you're in the HBSA, this is all included. Look at you go. Yeah, so it's all included. Lots of people saying, yeah, makes sense. Awesome. So I do want to talk about Etsy, right? Because last week, people were like, I thought this was against Etsy's T's and C's. Help. So what I mentioned is that when I reached out to Etsy themselves, and I've got screen grabs of it, I was like, I understand the fee avoidance thing, aka you don't want to take a customer that's come in via Etsy and say, hey, do you want to buy this cheaper on my website? That can get you banned. Like, you don't want to be doing that. However, when I made it very plain that this was a discount code from someone who's come in from Etsy to be used on Etsy, they were like, okay, yeah, that's fine. But what I would say you do, if you are worried or concerned, or you want to like protect yourself, is go on live chat, ask, okay? And make it very, very plain. Because if you do this, the good thing about this is that you can screenshot it. And if you ever get any problems, which by the way, no one that I've coached or known has ever had any problems with this. But if you do, you have the screen grabs, you can kind of go, hey, I was told that this was okay. It comes straight from the horse's mouth, right? So let's go through the whole Etsy shop thing, because a lot of people here, this is your Etsy shop, just so you can tell my terrible drawing is. So you get traffic, okay? You get traffic, you get buyers, you get favorites, and you get messages, okay? That's all the ways that people can interact with you on Etsy, right? You already have all of these things going on. You already have traffic, buyers, messages, favorites, blah, blah, blah. So what I did is, especially with the traffic, let me just zoom up a little bit. You get Etsy traffic, you want them to go onto your email list, and you want repeat sales. You want to build that trust. You don't want to just become another Etsy shop that I bought this thing from. And that's kind of the trap that a lot of people fall into, is that you're like, I don't want to just be, when their friend says, where did you get that necklace from? Oh, I bought it from Etsy. Like, you want to be, oh, I bought it from Gemma, or I bought it from Hannah, or I bought it from Greg. Like, you don't want, or like your brand name, you don't want to just be another email list, okay? So how I used to do it is I would be like, traffic has 2 F's, Steph. I would be like, okay, Etsy brings in the first sale, email brings in the second, third, fourth, fifth, blah, 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 okay? So what I would do, I'm just going to find my notes real quick. Okay, so once your system is live, once you've been through the course, and there's like a proper like PDF explaining how to do this, but you can, I'm going to include like one of the 4 ways that I would do this. There are lots of other ways that you can, but the way that I want to focus on today is that initial, okay, I get a sale, I want to make sure to get that person into my world, because if you don't, you are losing out on all of this. Every day you get sales, even if you get 1 a week or 5 a week or 10 a month, every day that you're not doing your email list, you're not growing it, you're not doing any of this, you are losing the second sale from that person, the third sale from that person, the fourth, the fifth. So like, let's just talk numbers, right? Let's say you get 10 sales a month, right? Someone who doesn't have an email list just gets the 10 sales. Someone that does will probably get 40 sales from those same people coming in. So you might be sat there going, well, I don't get a lot of Etsy sales, so how can I grow my list? But that's not the way you should be looking at it. As a business owner, putting your stats hat on, you should be looking at this and going, yeah, I can kind of see now how that makes sense. Because like if I get let me get that orange back up again. There we go. If I get a Etsy sale just once, that kind of goes into the ether. It just goes, I deliver the product, review, fine, whatever, then that's it, okay? But if you have Etsy and email, this just keeps coming back round and back round and back round and back round to the point where you're getting, like I said, 4, 5, 6 sales from that same person because they're staying in your world, okay? So include some kind of package insert with a QR code that takes them straight to your landing page. And don't just kind of willy-nilly be like, oh, hey, if you want to get money off your next order, you want to actually sell. And this is the thing, sell your lead magnet like you would do a paid product. There we go. Please do not just put a card in. It's like, oh, if you want to get no, actually sell it. Use copy language. Don't just kind of be like, do you want to join my newsletter? That's a pet peeve of mine. And I know I sound like an absolute ass for saying it, but nobody wants to give you their name and email address for a newsletter. It's always this like, what do I get from this? That your customer is like thinking of, what do I get? If I give you my name and email, what do I get? Okay. So always have some kind of, and this is just one way. Okay. I'm not going to go through all of them now because this live is already like going over, but make sure at the very least you are putting some kind of packaging insert. Make sure it's a QR code as well. Please do not just have a card with a long ass URL on it because no one's going to be doing that. Make it fun, make it inviting, make it, so that people actually want to sign up for this thing. Okay. Right. Let me check on the comments real quick. Oh, this would not be apt because the resources I use are copyright to the charity. I don't know what you do, sign here, to be honest. I don't know what you use, because if you're selling handmade products, obviously that's via you. So surely the creative copyright would be from you, right? You might have to look up on that. I'm not familiar with the charity that you work with, the copyright rules that they have. They probably have some kind of contract. So you'd have to read through that. But the vast majority of you who are selling handmade products, it's your brand, it's your design. You don't have to worry about that. I already have a tab open the HBSA for the course. So much great info. Love it. You're already on it. Love that. Where would you advertise the landing page and sign up for emails if you have an Etsy shop? So I've just answered that. The other ways I'm not going to go through now because I really don't want this live to be an overwhelming information dump, but there is ways that you can put it on your Etsy shop. But like I've just said, the most valuable way is this, okay? So you get a sale, okay? And then you want them to sign up to your list. That's what you want them to do, okay? So that would be, like I just said, putting something in the package. And I'm not talking about this insert, this leaflet. Nothing drives me nuts more than getting a package and having 17 things that are just leave a review, sign up to this. What I would suggest you do is you just have one call to action in your package product, okay? You don't want to have review card, sign up card, this card, that. Does that make sense? Because otherwise people are looking at all these cards and they're like, oh my God, what do I do? People then just chuck them out and go, I can't be bothered with that. I'm just going to, And this is where, again, selling your lead magnet. Did you know there's been a sharp increase in the amount of, I want to say, junk mail that comes through people's doors, and people are now just literally, they're not even looking at it, they're just chucking it straight in the bin. I have a sticker on my door that's like, please, like, I'm trying to be good for the environment, please do not give me junk mail. But I still get addressed junk mail, like Capital One credit cards and all that BS, and it drives me nuts. But what that means now is that when people get like Amazon orders, eBay orders, Etsy orders, if there's a load of like paper stuff, rather than actually looking at it, they just go, is this something I need to keep? Yes or no, bin. So that's why you really just want one really good packaging insert that's like, sign up to my email list. Perfect, thank you. You are welcome. So I'm going to open it up now for what I thought I might do. I'm just going to put that back a second. And oh, no. Okay, right. I'm just going to do a screen share really quickly just to show you. Let me move that over. How do I make myself small? Okay, here we go. There we go. 2 seconds. Oh, I've got a doorbell. Ding dong. Right. I'm just adjusting my so iPad screen share. I just want to show you this real quick. Let me just make it a bit skinnier so that you guys can actually see it on Instagram. Right. Does that look okay? So this is like the page that's going to walk you through. So if you're on Instagram and you comment the word email course, if you want to like look at that, and if you want to really dive into that, then you can. Let me make this. Oh damn it! Hang on. What have I done? I've done a thing. I did a thing. You were just looking at my Instagram. Hang on. I've completely lost it now. Let me get it again. What an absolute nightmare. Hang on. Is this not the one you want? Is this not the one you want? Is this not the one you... Oh, forget it. Let's just do normal. There you go. So if you comment the word email course on Instagram, you will get the course link. And if you just click on the link, if you're watching on the Facebook page, if you click the link that's in there, I don't know why I'm physically incapable at the moment of actually sharing the page, and I really want to. Oh, okay, it's done it now. How bizarre. It's bloody done it now, isn't it? There we go. Okay, how bizarre was that? It just would not let me do it. Anyway, okay. So I wanted to go through like the actual what's included within the course itself. So much like the day one, day two, well, it's 2 days really, because the whole premise is you're supposed to be able to do this within an actual weekend. So step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4 is all like module 1, module 2, module 3, module 4, and then there's also module 5 as well. Okay. There's also a little video walkthrough on there as well, and some frequently asked questions. If I stop going live for whatever reason, and you're like, oh yeah, okay, I need to, find out the answer to this question. All of this is going to be £27 between now and look at my bullet point notes, the 16th of, no, that's today. The 19th of Feb at 8 p.m. UK time. That price will be gone forever, because it will not be £27 again. The next time it launches, it will be more. So if you want someone to help you with this, to walk you through it, to give you the weekend plan, okay, you need to get that course, because for 27 quid, you're going to actually begin your email list the right way and actually start getting people signed up. Okay. I think we got there in the end with my sharing and my like cocking up of everything. Oh my God, it's been a day. It's been a day. Michelle says, gutted I missed it. Yes, so the replay of this, if you're watching in the Facebook group, it will be in the Facebook group for I think like 60 days. I think then Facebook deletes it. If you're watching on Instagram, I will share it to my Reels tab afterwards. But yeah, it's definitely one of those things that I feel like every single business owner should have an email list. And I promise you, I'm not just saying that. Like I don't understand why not every single business, it's like step 1, think of business name. Step 2, target audience. Step 3, product. Step 4, domain name, business name, blah, 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 blah. Step 5, taxes, legal. Step 6, email list. I'm literally like, that would be how I would do it. That it would be like the very first week I would start an email list, probably even before I started socials, to be fair. Does anyone have any questions about the course or anything? Because I'm live, so if you do have any questions, you might as well ask. But it's only going to be £27 until checking my date, the 19th. I've got a little calendar. The 19th. At 8 p.m. UK time, and it will never be £27 again. It's going to go up to about, I did write it at the top of this. It's going to be going up to about, I think I rubbed it out. It's going to be going up to about 80 to 89 pounds. So £27. It's an absolute bargain. It's an absolute steal. So if you do want it, then I would get it ASAP, really, because it's not going to be that price again. Suzanne says, sharing your screen difficulties brings back me of rice. It's just because I've got so many tabs. I've got like my notes, because like every live, I've always got bullet point notes, and I've always got notes of like, right, this is what I want to mention. This is like the iPad prompt, so that I don't get distracted and start drawing like flowers or cows or something stupid. ADHD brain, I'm just like la 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 la. The many chat prompt, so like when I say, hey, for those guys who are watching on Instagram, comment this word, I need to make sure that that's right, because if I screw that up, everyone's like, Steph, I did the comment, like I you know. And I just have all the like the bullet points of what's included, and it's just crazy the amount of tabs I've got. Do you need a website, or will it work if you only have Etsy? No, you don't need to have a website. You can totally do it just with Etsy and your the email tool that you're going to use. So it's either going to be Kit or it's going to be MailerLite. Those are the two that I recommend the most. They both have really good free plans. They're both amazing when you want to grow, and they both have everything you possibly need to be able to do this. You don't need Active Campaign. You don't need some complicated thing. Trust me, I have Active Campaign. I do not like it one bit. But it's one of those things where it's like, once you've set it up and you've had it for 5 years, it's very hard to unravel. So no, you can 100%. You do not need your own website. Okay, you do not. You straight up do not. Michelle says, is it something that works for your own website? I've only just set up. So yes, it does. So it works if you have your own website or if you don't. So maybe if I do, I'm sharing my comments now. I'm sharing my comments again. Bleed Nick. I've done it again. Hang on. You're just going to have to look at my comments for a hot minute just while I sort out my iPad thing. Okay. So iPad. You're seeing my comments again. Fun fact, that is behind the scenes of what it's like with the comments on my end. Okay, so let me bring back the iPad. So this works whether you, oh no, I've done a thing. This works whether you have Etsy and website. Oh, come on, website, okay? It works whether you just have Etsy. It works whether you just have your website. It works whether you just have not on the high street. It works if you just have Amazon. like da 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 da. You don't need to, and like it works if you've got not on the high street and website. It works if you've got Amazon and Etsy. Like any combo of any of these things, the course is good for. Okay. Right, let me just grab my slippers. Okay, right, I'm just going to put it back to vertical. MailerLite is so user-friendly. I like that it wasn't too intimidating even for me. Yeah, I like MailerLite. I think it's very clean. It's very easy. So your only initial cost as MailerLite has a free plan would be to pay for an email address. You don't even have to really do that. I'm just trying to think of... I mean, you wouldn't even have to really do that, to be fair. You could, because what they do is they give you a way now to, I can't remember the word they use to describe it, but it's almost like you can use your own, like the current email address that you have, but if someone types in the professional one that you share, it reroutes to your existing one. It did used to be a thing of like, hey, if you don't have a @brandname.com email, people will be a bit sus. Honestly, I don't know if people are even really like how many times are you saying email me at ria@something.googlemail. 9 times out of 10 you're just linking to it, or you have a QR code to it. So I don't think it's as important now to be like, I need to have a professional email. Let me see what it's called. It's really bugging me. MailerLite. MailerLite has a free option you can get started with. Let's have a look. What does it say? Smart sending, partner discounts, unlimited monthly sends. Oh, I can't remember what it's called now, but it's a thing where you don't have to set up a whole new email. And like I honestly don't think it's as important as it used to be. I think it should be your brand name. Like it shouldn't be anything like, bob.burger.79. It needs to be something that's like, oh, okay, I know I'm going to this brand. I know that it's got the brand name in it. I don't think it's as important as it used to be. Let me have a look at Kit. See if I can find the information. Kit has a really good free plan, actually. I'm just looking at here. Yeah, I think Kit probably has the best free plan, as it's up to 10,000 subscribers. It's free. All features. Let's have a look. Opt-in forms. Monetize support. I can't remember what it was called now. When I was making the course, they called it something really cool, and I was like, that's really good. And I can't remember the word they used, but it's basically the premise of what I've just said. Right. Does anyone else have any more questions? Because A, I'm starving, and B, my throat is starting to be a bit dry. I need to like chug some of this coconut water. If you've got any questions about the course, you have until Thursday at 8 p.m. UK time. So if you, and I say this, I'm saying if, but really in my head I'm thinking every business that doesn't want to put all of their eggs in the Etsy basket, in the social media traffic basket, like doesn't want to rely on those things, which, if you want to have a steady income, I'd say in reality you want to rely on as little as you possibly can. I'd say email list is the best way to go, because you own your list as well. Like you can export your list at any time. Like I could download my email list like in the next 10 minutes and I can take that with me wherever I go. let's say I close down my website, I start, I don't know, a third or fifth Etsy store, and I'm like, I want to send traffic. Like, you own your list. So it's not like you leave Kit or MailerLite and you leave your email list. No, you actually own that list. So that's also another massive thing, because it's like, that's a real reassuring thing. If you do want to start a different business, if you do want to start a second thing, do you know what I mean? It's always there. Rosie says, thank you, Steph. You're always helping me get past my blocks. You are welcome. That's what I do as your coach. I imagined I had a hat there, but I don't. Ria says, starving too, heading off for homemade soup. Love that. Then prep for my next Work With Me live. Oh, awesome. Brilliant. So if you do have any questions or anything like that, we will be emailing you guys. So if you're on my list, you'll be getting emails about the course. You can just DM me or put a comment in, whatever feels good to you. But for £27, it will not be that price again. And that price will expire on Thursday the 19th at 8 p.m. UK time. If you're watching this on Instagram, comment the word email course, all one word, and I will send you the linky dink. If you are on Facebook, I've popped the link in the comments. I will do it again real quick just so you have it. I would recommend this not be something that stays on your tabs forever and ever and ever, because like, if you're anything like me, it stays on your tabs, you refresh it, and then you realize the date has been and gone, and you're like, oh, damn it. If you are like, yes, I definitely want this, even if you're not starting it for another six months, like, at least if you get the course, you have it, you have lifetime access to it, you know it's always going to be there ready for you to dive into whenever you get a weekend or a 2-day stint, whatever. All right, and my loves, thank you so much for joining me. Sorry for being so tired, tripping up on my words left, right, and center. Thank you for bearing with, and I will see you all